Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here on Wednesday, July 18th, 17:05 in the afternoon Eastern Time, U.S. As the traffic goes by and raises god-awful noise, it's been a while since I've talked with y'all. Monday, Paul came over. He had a day off. Apparently he was not going to get his usual Tuesday day off yesterday. He did laundry, and we sat and talked and carried on. He told me some hotel stories, the gist of which, the major gist of which was that the one very, very problematic, lazy employee I never quite got this guy's position. I don't think he was. No, I don't think he was a houseman. Like, Paul's called a houseman. He might be, because I think. Well, anyway, they turfed him out. This guy was a notorious layabout and liar and low-grade thief. And he was finally caught out enough times they could get him out of there. So, which means, of course, Paul's basically doing his job anyway. So, just now gets, Paul gets paid for it, I guess, with overtime. So that's apparently this guy was, blowing off work and looking for another job anyway. Oh, it's kind of like when a rector wants to leave his church, and then all of a sudden he's going to spring it on his church that he's been called to another church. I guess deceptions abound in all areas of life. After a very, very good Monday, quite honestly, Tuesday for me was and remains more or less a lost day. I've never had this happen to me before. This isn't like a blackout, I've had the occasional blackout. Hadn't happened for a long time, but this was not this. I woke up at 11 o'clock, it turned out to be 11 o'clock at night on Monday night. I would have sworn it was 11 o'clock in the morning, despite the fact that it was completely dark out. It was almost like I was having some sort of dissociative state. I knew it was at night. It was night. It was dark. I checked the phone. It told me what time it was. Then a couple hours later, I woke up and I checked the phone again. It was Tuesday at 1:30 in the morning. Very, very strange. So I got up in the morning, I wasn't hungover. It was just I felt almost like I was having an out of body experience. And now I'd failed to take my afternoon blood pressure drugs. That might have contributed to that, but that's just, I mean, atenolol is a long-acting drug. You can blow off a dose of that, and it's not going to do anything like that to you. So that's not the case. I don't. Again, like I said, this was a qualitatively new experience for me. I otherwise, I didn't feel great, but I didn't feel bad. I didn't, hurt anywhere. Well, my hip and leg hurt, of course, but not. So I just took it easy, and I read. Well, I didn't read this book. Well, I started on this book. Kingsley Amis' Stanley and the Women, which I just finished here about 10 minutes ago. I've read 4 Kingsley Amis books in the last 6 days. That's why I've not been involved in YouTube very much. But I just, I laid in, I sat out in the chair here. I laid in bed, and made sure I ate a good meal last night, and I'm fine today. I'll tell you, this was a unique experience for me. I hope that doesn't happen again. It wasn't like I was, I was able to walk around covered. It wasn't like I was, falling around, doing all. No, it's odd. Anyway, it was good to see Paul. He got his laundry done, and I always enjoy it when it comes over. It's always good to hear the stories. Because, as I've said before, I mean, I like the guy. We just can't live together. I guess my son is going to play golf today. He got his UK pictures organized on Flickr or whatever bullshit place that puts the pictures up. I suppose I ought to try to look at those. I suppose if I want to save any, I'll have to do screenshots of them. That's going to be a pain in the ass, but that's the way it goes, I guess. I want to see the stuff. I hope I'm talking loud enough. I bet you I'm not. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Goal for the rest of the night is have a nice little supper, and we have a cup of tea. I got a cup of tea sitting out on the counter I might have. Let me go down and collect the mail. Well, the mail doesn't come anymore till 5:30 or 5:45, which I think is bizarre, but that's the way it is. At least I'm getting it. At least I'm getting the mail. I went down this morning around noon. I must have only gotten mail from one day. Well, I think I must not have gotten mail on Monday. Some days I don't get mail. It was all ads. Well, not completely. Well, yes, it was ads. There was a notice about a zoning hearing from the city of Columbus about a drive-in restaurant that's going to be down the road, which I'd gotten the initial notification of that about 4 months ago. It's one of these drive-in things where they come out on roller skates and serve you in your cars. That's like a blast from the past. It's right next to IKEA. I think they're trying to get the IKEA tree. Yeah, the traffic is, well, traffic is loud, it's noisy, it's annoying. Okay, well, I mean, I recorded a lot of the stuff that Paul and I were talking about, but I don't think I can really properly show this to y'all, so we'll have to take my word on that. Meanwhile, my Tony and Jim down in Tucson are hardware shopping. They sent me some pictures of these. They're the best hardware store in the Southwest, like an Ace hardware store down there in Tucson. Yeah, that's it. Not much more to say here. I've been getting telemarketing calls on my phone, which I've just been, just turning the phone off. I finally got pissed off though way earlier this afternoon here. I actually answered it and said, "Go to hell! Go to hell! Go to hell! Go to hell! Go to hell!" I haven't gotten a call back yet on that one. Maybe that'll help. Maybe it doesn't work. I don't know. You read about, well, if you answer it, then you get into a database. So I'm telling you, well, I mean, how about if you just decline the call? Does that get you into a database? It's a Berea, Kentucky phone number. I've had 6 calls from these people in the last 16 hours. I got 3 last night. I've gotten 3 today. Plus I've gotten 2 from Toledo. Well, I've gotten calls from both these numbers in the past. Lowlifes. Yeah, we all know lowlifes abound. So I'm going to say bye-bye, YouTubers. So your watch died?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time to get another one.
Well, there it goes. These things happen.
I mean, it's either just buy a new one and try to chase down.
Oh, yeah, try to
change the fucking battery.
Change the damn battery, yeah, no shit. Yeah, right, yeah. So the laundry went well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Well, be careful. Glad you came over. Always fun to hear you.
Good to see you.
Always fun to hear your stories. Yeah, I'll leave that alone. It doesn't matter. Just let it go. Yeah.
You were fine.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Actually, it's easier to find.
Oh.
Hey, don't get slicker. Don't get slicked.
Tell Liz and Andrew I said hello.
I shall. I think they're up in Northeast Ohio for the most part here this weekend. Yeah. Well, this week in general. Yeah. So be careful, dear God. Take care of him. Ah, man, I'll tell you, it's just, God bless him. Yep. Yeah, it's too bad it didn't work out. You guys who watch me know what the issue was. So. This wasn't going to work out, so there we were. Yeah. Okay. He's a good guy, he really is. He really is a good guy. Okay. So say bye-bye, YouTubers.